Have you ever woken up and felt like you already lost before the day even started? Not because something bad happened, not because you failed, but because the moment you opened your eyes, you felt behind. You haven't done anything yet, but your head already feels heavy, your chest feels tight, and there's a quiet feeling you can't quite explain: exhaustion. Exhausted before the day even begins. You still go to work, you still study, you still fulfill your responsibilities. From the outside, you don't look broken, but inside, there's a voice that keeps whispering, "I don't know why, but something feels off, like I'm moving out of sync with my own life." I've been there. There was a period when every morning felt strangely empty. No drama, no crisis, just a slow, constant drain of energy I couldn't explain. I blamed myself. I thought I lacked discipline. I thought I was lazy. I thought I just wasn't strong enough. I watched motivational videos, read books, promised myself I would do better tomorrow, but the next morning always felt the same. Until one day, I asked a different question, one I had never asked honestly before. What if I'm not broken? What if my mornings are? That question stopped me cold, because I realized something unsettling. A large part of my life was being decided in a very small window of time. Not over years, not over months, but in the first moments after I woke up each morning. What I did, what I thought, what I allowed into my mind before I was even fully conscious. And I saw the truth clearly. Every morning, I wasn't living. I was reacting. Reacting to the alarm, reacting to my phone, reacting to messages, notifications, news, other people's lives. From the very first minute, I let the outside world decide my internal state. And then I wondered why the rest of the day felt scattered, heavy, and out of control. That's when I understood something important. My life wasn't falling apart. The foundation of each day was already misaligned. And once I saw that, I stopped looking for motivation. I stopped chasing inspiration. I stopped waiting to feel ready. Instead, I started observing my mornings without judgment. And what I discovered was simple but uncomfortable. Every morning, I was making choices, whether I realized it or not. Small choices, quiet choices, the kind that don't feel important in the moment. What time I woke up, what I reached for first, whether I led the morning or let it pull me along. Those choices formed a direction, and that direction either moved me forward or kept me stuck. The morning wasn't just the beginning of my day, it was the steering wheel, and I had been letting go of it. So I began with control, not doing more, but taking it back. I fixed my wake-up time, not to be extreme, but to stop being dragged into the day. Then I looked at the one thing quietly stealing my presence: my phone. Every time I touched it right after waking up, I invited chaos into my mind. Other people's urgency, other people's problems, other people's lives. When I protected the first hour, not to be productive, but to be present, everything slowed down. That space changed how the rest of the day felt. From there, I started listening to my body. I stopped waiting for motivation to move. I moved first, not to get fit, not to push myself, but to remind myself that I was alive, grounded, and in control. I paid attention to how I fueled myself. I stopped eating just to fill the emptiness. I started eating to support the day ahead. My energy became steadier. My mind became clearer. And then came the hardest shift of all: facing the most important task early. I realized that my willpower was strongest in the morning, and every time I avoided the hard thing, I trained myself to fear it. When I faced it first, even imperfectly, I rebuilt trust with myself. Over time, something changed. I didn't need motivation anymore. I didn't need to hype myself up because I wasn't relying on feelings. I was relying on a system, a simple system, not perfect, just repeatable. My mornings stopped being the place where everything unraveled. They became the place where order quietly returned. I'm not sharing this because I've arrived somewhere. I'm still on the journey, but I know this for sure. The life you want isn't built in dramatic breakthroughs. It's built quietly, morning by morning, when no one is watching. And if you're listening to this right now, you're standing in front of a small but powerful choice. You can let tomorrow begin the same way it always has. Or you can start rebuilding your mornings, one decision at a time. And that choice might change more than you think.